I have reviewed many improv exercise videos, and one thing I've discovered is almost many of them actually teach you how to improvise. Huh? Yes, except for one. I'll tell you about that one. Most of these improv exercises are just telling you what scales to play, what chords to play, how to do your fingerings if you're piano or a guitar, exercises on a pentatonic scale, etc., etc. Why do they do this? Because they want you to watch their videos, and they want you to watch the next video, and they want to watch the next video, and they want you to buy their courses, or they want you to go to their music school, or whatever reason, or they just don't know how to teach, which is probably more the case. So, but learning scales or arpeggios, that's part of your musicianship, learning your instrument. Of course that's important to play scales. Oh my God, in my university I had to play juries every semester, and they gave me a list of, you have to know these scales, you have to know major, minor, different minors, you had to know all this, and blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, it used to drive me nuts. But it helped me to learn my instrument. But that doesn't teach you how to improvise. Today I'm going to show you a very easy, not easy, but simple exercise to start you off that you can keep doing every day. You don't even need a band track, though you later can put on a band track or whatever and play with different chords. This exercise will teach you to play, improvise over every style, over any chord changes, no matter how complex. Of course, you don't start off complex or simple like B-flat blues, but etc., etc. So you can progress and become a better improviser. That's what's important, the progression. So simply get better, better, and better. And they don't teach you this. They don't teach that at all. The best master improvisers, they didn't take courses. They didn't buy transcription books. They didn't do that. They played. They used similar techniques. Keith Jarrett, J.J. Johnson, Charlie Parker, Wynton Marsalis, Pat Metheny, and many, many more. The great improvisers. That's what you should be. Your objective should be to be like them, to be able to improvise like them. The one exercise videos that I've seen you should all watch is anything by Chick Corea. He's very good explaining about improvisation and how to learn to improvise, not just on piano. Okay, before I show you this exercise, I forgot to tell you one thing. You need to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. Don't just watch this and go to another video. Please subscribe, and then you'll get notified. I've got some upcoming videos, very important announcements coming up. So please subscribe. Also, I have a bunch of videos. I have called a playlist. And this playlist gives you tips on how to make your solos more interesting, etc., etc., etc. Not just scales and theory and ear training. Ear training is important, but it doesn't teach you how to improvise. Now, the most important skill in improvisation doesn't have to do with reading music, transcripts, theory knowledge. You will never master improvisation unless you can do this exercise I'm going to show you. If you can't do it, you'll never be a master improviser. When I was learning, we didn't have any of these courses. I know I look a lot younger than I am. I've been around a long time. The most instruction I got in high school was I went to summer school at Eastman School of Music. Rickard, Bill Dobbins, Jeff Holmes taught me a lot. And they taught me what the most important thing for improvisation is. And not your instrument. It's these two things right here. It's your ears. And I'm not talking about ear training. Ear training is important. No, I'm not talking about ear training. And Miles Davis talked a lot about this in his life, in his books. That's to be able to master improvisation. It's not that ear training doesn't teach you to improvise. What it is learning to hear other people when you're playing, and then learning to internalize it. I talk about this for learning how to memorize music, memorize tunes in one of my videos. When you improvise, you can't be thinking about, okay, this chord change, I have to play this scale, this key, this arpeggio. Oh my God. If you're thinking about every note you're going to play, you know what your improvisation is going to sound like? It's going to be boring and non-musical. It has to come from inside your head, your inner voice, your inner singing, or actual singing like Keith Jarrett. You listen to Keith Jarrett video. You know, he's playing. You hear him moaning a bit. You know why he does that? You know why he's doing that? Because it's coming from inside his head. The music is coming from inside his head directly into his fingers on the piano. That's the key to learn, and that's what they don't teach you. Now, on to this exercise. I'll give you an example at the end of this video. Please watch to the end. My horn's a little bit cold, but I'll do my best. Here it goes. I'll explain it. It's better to show it, but I will explain it before I start doing it. It's very simple. What you do, play, if you're a beginner player, play what you know, play a short phrase, 3 or 4 notes. Then sing some more notes continuing from that little phrase you play. You could play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in the Suzuki method. In the Suzuki method, they teach directly from your ear to your instrument. That's why Suzuki method is so successful, and why probably 90% of the violinists and orchestras today all start with Suzuki method. And that's kind of what this is. It's like a Suzuki method. You start playing a short phrase, you play a short phrase, then you continue, you sing it, and then you imitate that phrase with your instrument. You copy that phrase with your instrument. Now, you get maybe different levels. First, you're a beginner player, you do simple things. Intermediate, more advanced. As you get better and more and more and more, as you get better at your instrument, you can do more and more and more. So you don't need any band track, though you can use a band track later. Do the same thing with the B flat, but it's not necessary. Another thing to think about is what Miles said: there are no wrong notes in jazz. If you make a mistake, if you don't play exactly what you did, what you just sang, if you don't play exactly what you sang, don't worry about it. Just keep going, because you need to put yourself beyond your abilities. In other words, do more than you can. Start simply, get more and more and more uncomplicated until you start making a lot of notes. And that means, here's my level. Now, the next day you do it and you try and go past that level. And you try and go higher and higher and higher. And then eventually you sound like Michael Brecker, you saxophonist. But anyway, now I'm going to show you how to develop that path from your ear or from your head into your horns. I'll show you the exercise. I'm going to start simply, and I'll go a little more advanced, a little more advanced. Here we go, simple. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-doo-da, da-da. Ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Now I'll do a little more advanced. Ba-da-ba-doo-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Even more advanced. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Got it? With some notes. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Get to the woodshed, do this every day, and you'll become a master improviser. So, ciao.